Shalom, brothers and sisters. This is your brother, 12 tribes of children of Israel. I'm gonna say this, man. I gotta address this, man. And I've addressed this before, but I'm just gonna address it on this channel. The question is are we Africans? Now, it is a how you say it? It is some stuff information going around, false information, that Africa comes from the name Leoscipius Africanus. Let me say something. That's not even his real name. His name was Scorpio Cornelius Scorpio, something like that. And he changed his name to Leoscipius Africanus later on in life. Now, they also say that, okay, we're from the African means Hamite. I would love to see a scripture where Africans refer to Hamites, but I can show you scriptures where Africa comes from Shemites. You look in the Bible under the name Ephir. That's a foreign in Hebrew. You look on the name Ophir. Take those two names, they both sound like Africa. You know, even though it was the so-called Middle East. Put those names together and that's the name Africa comes from. It derives from Shemitic names. Alright? In Africa, there have always been Hamites and Shemites. Alright, the Garden of Eden started in Northeast Africa, you know, which makes it East Africa. You know, two of the rivers were in so-called Middle East, and two of them were in so-called Africa. The Middle East originally was part of what you call Africa. You know, it sits on the African tectonic plate. It's the same continent, and it was separated by the Suez Canal from 1859 to 1869, meaning that's the time it took them to dig that ditch to separate from the continent, separate the Middle East from the continent. All right, it's always been the same land. You know, you got the same animals, you got the same mineral resources. You may say, oh, it's connected to Asia, but Asia does not have it's not sitting on the tectonic plate. And Asia and Europe is actually the same place. It's all Asia. So-called Asia does not have the mineral resources. It does not have the same animals. In Africa, in the Middle East, you got lions. In Asia, you got tigers. Different animals. But it's the same animals, the same mineral resources from the so-called Middle East and also in so-called Africa. So it's the same land. You understand? It's the same land. So are we Africans? Well, technically, in a way, we are. That's a name that we could use because that's what we call today. But technically, I mean, we are the children of Israel, and we're Shemites. In Africa, there are Hamites and Shemites all throughout the continent. All right, not just in West Africa like some of us believe. All throughout the continents. All throughout the continent, including the so-called Middle East, which is really Northeast Africa. There is no Middle East. Because where's the Middle West? Where's the Middle South? That's madness. So, yes, it's all the same land. So, yes, in a way, we would be considered Africans. Shemitic Africans. Israelites from Africa. So if you don't want to say that, fine with you. You know, but don't knock nobody like myself who say I am an African. I'm an Israelite. I'm an African from the lineage of Shem. Civilization started in Jerusalem, which is the so-called Middle East. All right, shalom.